Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, or if you're new, welcome. We're gonna get back into more foodie beauty content. Now, quickly before we do, I do have two important things to mention. First and foremost, we are now permanently on DaVinci Resolve, which is an editing software, switching over from CapCut. Essentially, they want people to pay for a watermark-free service now. Originally, it was free, but now I think it's like $12, $13, something like that. I think it may be more. I just have zero interest in paying for that, especially considering there are better for free. So, I mean, why not? I switched over to DaVinci now. I am also testing out I think it's VSCD, which is another open source free editing software. Apparently, it's got some really good tools. I haven't quite used it just yet. I've only done one video with it, so there's a lot more to check out. Also, had to reset my laptop because of issues. So we had to reset all of my settings and reinstall everything again. So hopefully with time, I can finally get the right settings again and kind of make sure my microphone and video settings are all good for you guys. But we're just going to get straight into the video and let Foodie take it away.
Hi guys, welcome back to another video.
Ooh, guys, I can feel this is going to be a good one. Like 5 seconds in and she already sounds like she's in a mood.
So today's video is going to be an update video. I'm going to update you on my cat, Julia, and I'm also going to update you on my friend, whom I talked about her situation in a live stream. For those of you who aren't aware, she gave me full permission to ask the Beezers, ask my audience, their opinion on a situation involving her and her boyfriend and suspected infidelity.
Can you guys actually imagine her standing in the mirror asking herself whether or not it's a good idea to ask her audience whether or not Sla is cheating again? Like, dude, we all know the answer.
And yeah, you can check out that live if you want. Otherwise, I'll just update you guys on that. And then I'm going to be done with it because, you know, she doesn't want me to talk about it anymore. Her boyfriend doesn't want me to talk about it anymore. I don't want to talk about it anymore either. I just want to move on, respect her privacy.
I hate to break to you, Foodie, but if your husband is cheating on you, it's not your husband, it's our husband. And honestly, I would rather think our husband doesn't want you naming and shaming him again.
So I'll start with Julia. So, Julia had her second set of vaccines today, and we took her to get that done. She actually finished her heat pretty early this morning. Early. I don't know why I'm saying it like that. She finished early this morning, and so right on schedule. She was due today, November 6th, for her second rounds of vaccines. And then we had to wait. We have to wait about a minimum of 8 days. So we just have to call like 2 days in ahead to schedule, ahead of time to schedule. So we will do that in a few days. And then after the 8 days is up, she'll be fine to be spayed finally. And she'll have to spend 2 days at the animal hospital where she will be having the procedure done. So I trust she's in good hands. You people don't have to worry anymore about her, whatever, you know, whatever.
Yeah, well, she wasn't in good hands because we saw the job that happened and it was not a good one. Secondly, you say finally as if it wasn't your choice to keep her not spayed. Like, you had the choice to get her spayed and yet you kept putting it off. So it's not finally, it was completely on you for that.
The fake outrages, whatever, she's fine, she's gonna be fine.
It's not fake outrage, it's multiple reasons why you would get a cat spayed. 1, to stop her from getting pregnant. 2, because it's uncomfortable for the cat. And 3, it takes away the possibilities for certain diseases or sicknesses that it potentially may get if it was still left intact.
So, and that's the update on that. It's the last I'm going to say about it. And moving on to my friend.
It was in fact not the last time Foodie decided to talk about the situation because she did multiple things wrong and caused her cat more problems during the recovery.
So it's very important to say that my friend and I are...
That you and your friend are one and the same?
Very similar in a lot of ways. We have a lot of similar situations, and that's how we ended up bonding.
You mean by that you got dumped on the internet, decided to move out to the Middle East and pay for love because you couldn't find it in your own country?
Over the last year. And I know people think I don't have friends. I do have friends. I don't ever talk about them online.
Yeah, it's usually not a good thing to talk about the voices in your head.
The most recent one I hung out with, she wanted me to post a picture of us together because, you know, she hates people saying, she hates seeing people say, you know, oh, she's not meeting anyone, she doesn't have any friends, that kind of thing. So she's like, you know what, I want you to post this. So I did. But of course with her face blurred out because people are nuts. Like, do you blame me? Do you think I'm going to come on here and be like, oh yeah, I talked to this friend, this friend? They would be doxxed instantly. Like, what they did with my new friend, they literally picked apart everything she was wearing and tried to match where she got it from. Like, all right, I'm sorry. But, and they did this on the farms. I'm like, I'm sorry, but why are you picking on someone for shopping at, like, Temu, Shein, wherever you suspect they shop from? When, let's face it, you're not shopping at Versace. Successful people don't sit on kiwi farms all day and pick apart other people, okay? It doesn't happen. Anyway, moving on from that.
Honestly, I kind of agree with Foodie, because, like, if you don't know who she is as a person and the things that she has done, and she presents this fake character, like this Middle Eastern housewife, that's, like, morally good, and is just a kind person trying to find love, then, yeah, you're probably drawn to this person and relate in some sort of way. But at the same time, like, she may not know who Foodie is, so you can't really attack her for, like, oh, you choose to be friends with Foodie, we're gonna attack you for who you are. It's like, well, she may not know who Foodie is, so she may just be an innocent party in this. Also, her partner is probably friends with Salah, so then she's friends with Foodie in that way. So, like, she probably has no idea who the hell Foodie is, and is probably just spending time with her because their two husbands or, you know, partners are hanging out.
You know, the dust settled. They made up, and basically, they talked, and she got more information out of him, of course. So, here's the thing. Your mentality whenever you've had an incident of infidelity in your relationship. Her boyfriend was, he never cheated in person, but he was talking to someone online or something like that. Anyway, so...
Oh, God, I gotta admit, I laughed at that pretty hard. Like, she was like, oh, yeah, whatever, or something. I was laughing for a good 30 seconds. Like, that just said me, I'm sorry. Like, Foodie, you gotta try a little bit harder to hide it.
When that happens to you in a relationship, any situation that you encounter involving any female, the immediate response is to be defensive and to be suspicious and to think the worst. So she told me that, you know, her boyfriend found out about her coming online and confiding in strangers on the internet, which is, you know, I told her, we appreciate the Beezers, we appreciate the audience for giving their side. Sometimes it's nice to just see if other people, you know, have gone through similar things. Lots of opinions sometimes helps, but it's never a good idea to bring your personal life to the internet, especially for relationships. And so I told her that's, you know, I wouldn't do that anymore, you know. And
is that why you're on the internet and talking about it again after you were asked not to?
So, after the dust settled, basically she said, you know, the boyfriend was mad that, you know, he didn't get to voice his side, not opinion, but his side. So I'm going to do that a bit here for him and for her, at her request also. Basically, he was very taken aback by her outrage. Like, they were talking 1 minute about plans, they were joking, laughing, and the next minute she was like angry, like almost like throwing things and just screaming and not giving him a chance. He became immediately defensive because
I can understand when something emotional happens and you put in a very hyper state of just emotional stress. Like, it's a very difficult thing to find out your partner's potentially cheating on you. But acting like that is never reasonable. You can't be throwing stuff, you can't be screaming, you can't be, potentially throwing hands. Remove yourself from a situation, calm down, and then come back. You definitely should not be doing shit like that. Male or female. Like, regardless, it's not appropriate.
She's a very, very suspicious and paranoid person. And he feels suffocated by that sometimes because she doesn't, the trust it's being rebuilt, let's just say. And
yeah, I hate to break it to you, but if your first thought from your husband receiving a message is, oh, he's cheating on me again, there is no trust. The relationship is dead. You might as well move on.
I get that too. I get that feeling where you're like always, wondering and always tracking and stuff like that. So his response was immediately defensive. Like, I'm not showing you anything. You don't like, you don't deserve to see it. The way you're screaming at me. And
I am a very straightforward person when it comes to dating. Like, I date with the intention of marriage, and if you can't trust me in a relationship, why the hell would I ever want to marry you in the first place? And I can understand from both sides, because I have been cheated on, and I have also been accused of cheating. Nothing ever happened, but I have been accused of it. And my reaction has always been, if you want to go through my phone, that's perfectly fine. I've got nothing to hide. Here you go. Once the phone is handed back to me and they went through it, searched what they needed to, and they kind of forgive me, well, half-assed forgiveness, because honestly, it's still a slap in the face. And I just say, all right, cool, you don't trust me. Obviously, this is never going to be a relationship that's going to have full trust. I can't be with a person like that. See you later.
Was worried to show her the conversation because he didn't think that she would understand the situation because she has overreacted before. And that, I said that's, you have to understand that that's a normal response, and you have to have patience with situations like this, especially if there was a breach of trust in the past. So,
I mean, not really. Like, if you breach the trust in the first place and you have cheated in the past, physically or emotionally, you don't get the right to be offended when someone calls you a cheater and accuses you of cheating. You did it in the past. That is who you are. You got that label because you gave yourself that label.
I think he finally understands that, and Salatu understands that, just so in case you were wondering, his stance on it. So it turned out that finally he, she just said, like, if you want to really regain my trust, give me those passwords, give me, and so he did. He gave her the phone password, he gave her Instagram password, TikTok, all that. But that, that's not a fail-proof thing. That's the horrible thing about lack of trust, There's always, if somebody really wants to cheat or really wants to be, not faithful, there's always a way.
Also, it's just mentally and emotionally draining. Like, who wants to be in a relationship like that? Why continue to not trust your partner? Are they on the phone? Are they cheating on me? Are they at work? Are they cheating on me? Are they not in earshot? Are they cheating on me? They're not in eye shot. Are they cheating on me? What are they doing right now? Who are they with? Like, that would make me goddamn insane. Not to mention, it would be so incredibly controlling. Like, you can't go here, you can't do this, you can't see this person, you can't have access to your phone without me watching, you can't... Like, why? Just why would anyone want that?
But at least it's a step, and the most important thing in my mind was that he proved that who this woman was in the end.
Hold on one second, Foodie, was that a slip? Did you accidentally say what you really meant instead of saying what you wanted to say? In my mind, why would he have anything to prove to you? Wouldn't it be in her mind? I think you slipped.
And, well, he did delete the conversation.
Oh, nope, absolutely not. If he deleted the conversation, he was cheating 100%.
And the conversation, he was able to find a picture of her and her husband. Apparently this woman is married, and apparently he was also defending, like, that she wasn't showing her cleavage. This woman was wearing like a more tight-fitting, snug-fitting t-shirt. It wasn't like super modest, but it wasn't super revealing. I think my friend was just initially like, oh my gosh, she's a prostitute or something. Like, I don't know what her thought was. You know what I mean? Like, that kind of thing. Like,
I mean, modest people can cheat too, as well as people who aren't in relationships can also help cheat in other relationships. Like, you don't have to be in a relationship to cheat, and you also don't have to be modest to cheat. Also, just because someone dresses a certain way doesn't make them a prostitute. Like, calm down, Foodie. Just because you can't pull it off doesn't mean they shouldn't.
Well, she said something meaner, but that was the initial, like she was some kind of sex worker or something, and nothing wrong with that if that's what you are. I'm just saying that's what, the initial.
Yeah, well, it would definitely be hypocritical of your friend, considering the fact that she has also done that exact same line of work too. So throwing that energy out there would be so incredibly hypocritical.
Thought was, I don't know. So, apparently this woman and her husband were former customers of her boyfriend. This boyfriend has had the same WhatsApp number for over 8 years. It's a business number, and he's worked in sales for a long time. And he has a lot of customers that would reach out to him and buy stuff from him. So
Sorry. When I heard WhatsApp, like, I have friends who have been around the block a couple times, and like when I hear that, I immediately go, "Oh yeah, they're down. They're definitely down bad."
yeah, I guess, males and females. He even showed her like another female customer that she didn't really know about, but it was like an older woman.